So you are thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area. Wow, so many other people are. Have you heard about the amazing companies that are opening here, expanding here, and moving here? It is insane. And it's only just begun in the greater Phoenix area. But you gotta know where to go, where to look, and work with the right people. Because let me tell you, we're going to show you exactly where to go to eat, drink, sleep, have fun, live a life. No longer do you have to choose career over lifestyle. You can make it work together. So stay tuned right here. Sheryl Willis at Real Agent Now. We got it coming up. You don't want to miss this. Hi guys, it's Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And if this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to click that little subscribe button and tap that little bell so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. We are receiving dozens of calls every single days, nights, weekends. I am telling you, we love it. Thank you so much for reaching out. If you are even thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area, then pick up that phone, give us a call, send us a text message, shoot us an email. We are here days, nights, weekends when you are thinking about moving to the Phoenix area. All right, guys, Sheryl Willis. I am originally from California myself. I made the move in the late 90s. Yeah, remember that? Remember that .com era? Yeah, that was a bubble and a bust too, but got me out here to Arizona. And let me tell you, it changed my life. And let me tell you about my experience and what I see as I still go back. I'm going to visit my mom here this next month. You guys are still closed. We are wide open. And let me just tell you, it's the first time ever you have had the opportunity to make sure that your lifestyle matches your career. It's not just about career and having to settle for your lifestyle. So let me tell you, I was brought out here, not against my will. I came out here, my husband was relocated out here. And so I knew no one. I didn't have a job. I was scared to death. I had 3 children, all school age. I was used to working. I was actually very, very lucky. I lived in Cupertino. I traveled over to the Santa Clara area over by Great America Parkway. I think the road's still there. I don't know about everything else. It's all concrete out there. Anyways, and I remember I only had a 45-minute commute to work, which was awesome. For Californians, most of my friends, as we got older and married and kids, they all moved away. And so I felt really lucky being able to live in the Cupertino area and raise my children in great school districts. But let me tell you, even just a 45-minute drive to work, think about it, that's an hour and a half a day. And I don't know, I can't do the math that quick, but it's like almost 10 hours a week that I just sat in my car. Thank goodness we didn't have cell phones. I think we had beepers, but you had to get to the next payphone. Okay, now I'm really aging myself. Anyways, 45 minutes each way to work and having to have the nice car and having to have the right clothes and just to have to fit in. I'm telling you, I would leave my house at like 6 a.m. to get to work around, 7:38. And then I would be working until 5 or 6 because I'm a workaholic. That's just me. And so I wouldn't get home until 7 or 8. And then I'd still have to cook dinner. Oh my gosh, I had no life. I have to admit, I didn't really even know my children very well. And God forbid, I didn't have time on the weekends to spend doing housework and working in the garden. And yeah, I was one of those kind of people that I had to work to live. But when I moved out here, so first of all, let's talk about the housing benefit. Oh my God. Not only did I get newer, I got bigger. Oh my God, my master bathroom. I remember my house in Cupertino was a single sink. And I think at the time my husband used the hall bathroom to do his shaving. Like the house, I mean, it's really cute and charming, I'm sure. It was like 4 bedrooms, 1,700 square feet, which was big. And now we're today probably close to 1.7, 1.8. That's million. Yeah. And we moved into a 2-story, 3,000 square foot home with tons of room, big bedrooms, formal living room, dining room, family room, enormous kitchen with tons of counter space. I have a 3-car garage that has a door that goes straight out to the backyard, which then leads to tons of play area with grass and pool. And I have a built-in jacuzzi that I never used. But needless to say, I had everything I ever wanted in a home. And here's the best part. I had more time. I am telling you, you've never realized how much time means until you get to get up with the kids in the morning. You get to make them breakfast. You get to sit at the table with them while they're eating, and you get to chit chat with them and then go, okay, kids, come on, let's go, and walk to school with them because you could live in the area and you didn't have to bus them in or drive them in or, oh, wait, daycare them in. And then I got to go back home because I was working from home. So, with, gosh, all the virtual offices now, they say that as much as, I didn't say that right, as much as 40% of the workforce out there is now able to work from home. I can't tell you, companies like Intel, by the way, if you haven't asked, you should ask. Can I go work in Arizona? Can I move my job to Arizona? I have found that the majority of Intel employees, whether you're coming from the Bay Area or you're coming from Oregon, any of their locations, you can move here, keep your job, and keep your salary from California and bring it here with you. Surprise! Yeah. We had one buyer from the Portland, Oregon area. Yeah, it was such a treat for the whole family that they were to come on down and get this amazing home. Honeywell that are coming out here. Swift Transportation, they're coming out here. We have General Mills. Oh my God, from Minneapolis. I'm telling you, more and more companies. Even I have a gentleman coming from Southern California, medical billing. They're not going back in the office. They're all going to be staying working from home. If you have not thought to ask your employer, if you have been working from home for over a year and you still are working from home and there's no foreseeable, time frame where you're going back in the office, you should ask. You should ask right now, because let me tell you, I can't even begin to tell you all the benefits. So when I moved out here, like I said, I knew no one. And I remember being at my nail appointment and I was crying with my nail tech. I don't even remember her name. She was very nice, but I didn't remember her. And I just remember crying because I was emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to find everything. I have to find a new dentist, a new hair person, a new nail person. Like it was so scary. But wow, let me tell you, if you have someone like me on this end to help you make introductions all over the valley, as again, I've lived here for 26 years and I have contacts everywhere. I can make that whole transition a whole lot easier for you. But again, the value to me wasn't just the money, although I'm going to get to it. It was really about that quality of life. I mean, I got to be with the kids, like I said, got to send them off to school. I am telling you, my kids' grades actually went up significantly for various reasons. And I know that traditionally Arizona hasn't been super high on the scholastic level on a national level. But let me tell you, with some recent propositions and funding that have gone to the Arizona State Teachers Association, we are seeing scores just jump up. My sister is actually a teacher in California. And let me tell you, when I'm hearing about what's going on in the California education system, let me tell you, now Arizona is really going to look a whole lot better. And if you do still not want to do the public school system, there is tons of academies. There is Montessori's, there is charter schools, there are private schools. There are a lot of options here in Arizona. If schools are really important to you, there are some top rated schools, private and public. predominantly in the Southeast Valley of the greater Phoenix area. That is why I picked Chandler as my home. Now, some people ask me why Chandler? Well, don't forget, I moved here 26 years ago. So 26 years ago, there really wasn't Gilbert. Gilbert was predominantly a farming community. There definitely wasn't Queen Creek because Queen Creek kind of developed after Gilbert. So just as you know, Intel moved here in the late 80s, and that's really when we became Silicon Desert. That's when we started to, I should say. As you know, Intel is a huge company. Who hasn't heard of them, right? Intel, they are a big local, buy it local community supply chain kind of company. So when they moved out here and throughout the 90s and the 2000s, massive amounts of technology companies, semiconductors, and all the ancillary businesses that supply to Intel started moving here. It's insane. All the technology companies that are moving here, even offices with Google, PayPal, GoDaddy, it could go on and on and on. And let's not forget that Intel just announced a $20 billion expansion in Chandler. That's insane. And we have TSMC. So if you're in the industry, that's Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. I think this is makes sense. Anyways, they just started on their $36 billion factory. Can you believe that? It's not a factory. A $36 billion facility, and that's going to be in the northwest part of the valley. When you look at some of the aerial maps, let's just say heat maps of a sort, and you see where these companies are going in, and you see where the builders are building, you are going to realize that it still is a phenomenal time to move here to the greater Phoenix area and get in while it's still getting hot. I'm telling you, more and more people are going to be moving, not just from California, but from all over the world, are going to be moving to the greater Phoenix area just because of these two semiconductor manufacturing facilities here in the greater Phoenix area. Think about it. $56 billion is being built here. That's insane, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about, I was saying the reason I chose Chandler is because that's the only thing that was here in the 90s. Well, since then, Gilbert has blossomed and boomed, let's just say, voted the second safest city in America. Who wouldn't want to raise their family there? I am talking insane, beautiful homes, parks, farms, gardens, festivals, farmers markets. I love Gilbert, but I don't live in Gilbert because I own my most perfect home in Chandler. My home is perfect for me and I love it. Why? Because where I live, super like technology focused. That's kind of me. I'm a nerd. I'm still into all the computer stuff, right? I have a dog. He's the most amazing thing in the whole wide world to me. And you know what? I've got to make sure not only do I have a grass for him to play in, but a pool. Is that the funniest thing in the world? I got a pool actually for my human babies that are now grown and, by the way, live in Chandler. But now my dog, when we get all played up and he gets all sweaty, guess where he jumps? Beer, right into the pool. Yeah, my pool guy was ready to kill me when I adopted him. But you know what? It's a good choice and I love it. I love my backyard. The outdoor living in the greater Phoenix area is insane. We are getting so many people from the cold countries, even from Florida. It is unbelievable. I didn't realize how wet Florida was. And you can't do a lot of things outside. Well, and your hair gets all messed up. We have good hair in Arizona too. But I am telling you, we are outside in the big, beautiful blue sky 10 months out of the year. I'm not going to lie. Summer's brutal. But you know what I do? I take my dog for a walk at 5 a.m. and I take him again for a walk at 8 p.m. And what do I do in the middle of the day? Because I also work from home for the most part. Is I go swimming with him. It's not bad. And then at night, oh my God, I have the bistro lights all over my backyard, and I have outdoor stereo and my barbecue, and I got the fountain going. I'm telling you, Arizona's like being on vacation because you know what? My money goes in the bank. It doesn't go to taxes. Listen to the tax difference from California. Okay, first of all, sales tax. Your sales tax is 1 to 1.5% higher than the greater Phoenix area. Okay, some money there. You guys have income tax. If you just move to Arizona, you get like a 4, 5, 10% increase in your take home pay. That's insane. You don't even have to like do anything different. You could just move here if you could take your job with you, and all of a sudden you get an extra 10%. So you make a couple hundred grand a year, which in San Jose is no big deal, right? That's an extra 20. Wait, that's only 20,000. Yeah, sometimes it moves a little slow at this age. But anyways, extra $20,000 in your pocket every single year. What can you do with that? Oh my God. Vacations, family, education. I don't know, learn a new hobby, all kinds of new things. And this Melrose thing that you guys like, it's the number one thing you all talk about. Melrose, Proposition 13. Well, here's the super smart thing Arizona did. Anytime a builder starts to build or wants to build and they've applied for their permits, guess what they have to pay for? The funding for curb and gutter and lights and drainage sewer system, education, firehouse, expansion of the police department. Oh my God, you mean the billion-dollar companies that are making all this money, they're the ones that have to pay it instead of the homeowners? Makes sense, doesn't it? You should see our property taxes. They're like this big compared to California. Like insane. Here's another thing. I went to visit my mom. I love going to visit my mom. I actually love it. My mom lives in the Almaden area. Love all the wineries. I remember as a kid growing up and going up to the Parmesan winery and everything. And if you like that kind of thing, they're plentiful here. We have festivals and concerts and outdoor everything here. And it's not just at wineries. We have pizza festivals, taco festivals, hot dog festivals. There's a macaroni festival. There's a hot air balloon festival. I'm telling you, every kind of festival you can possibly imagine is here. If you like doing stuff, this is the place to do it. But I remember just like going to the park as a child in Los Gatos. We would go to Vasona Park. That was one of my favorite little treats. Remember the little, treat? Well, it's still there. But you know what? So I call my mom. My sister lives in Gilroy. So we drive in, my sister and I, we drive in and we're like, Mom, we want to take you to Vasona. She was like, okay, I think I still have my parking permit. Parking permit? I don't understand that. Oh yeah, you have to be a member to get in here. And then you still have to pay to get in. And I was like, hey mom, I got a loaf of bread. And she's like, oh no, put that away. You can't have you can't feed the ducks. What do you mean I can't feed the ducks? Like that was the whole thing. I wanted to sit there with my mom. I had to pay to park. I had to pay to get in. I had to not feed the ducks. How not fun was that? No, it was fun. It was nice, but it was just not the same. Let me tell you, especially the city of Chandler and Gilbert. Whoa, we got parks everywhere. You want water parks, you want natural parks, did you know that 25% of all bird species can be found right here in Arizona? I don't know if you're a bird watcher, but you know what? The fact that I live here, I came to appreciate that. And you learn to love what there is about the desert. Now, the southeast part of the valley, again, the technology part of the valley, it's massively green. We have green lawns, we have green trees, we have lush trees, we have golf courses. I can't even, I can go on and on and on. It doesn't feel like the desert. But if you want desert, because me personally, again, when I came here, I'm like, I gotta have my lawn. And in the backyard, it's great for my dog. But in the front yard, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pay for a landscaper. Oh yeah, nobody does their own lawn. Landscaping is so cheap here. And don't assume the wrong thing. Labor is cheaper. We don't have the unions that you don't have. We don't have the taxes you have. We don't have luxury taxes the way you guys do. It is insane how everything is affordable. Do you know healthcare insurance? Top of the line, best in the country. Mayo's out here. Banner, Desert Samaritan. Like I'm not even in the healthcare industry. I'm Honor Health. There is so much amazing healthcare, and you know what? It's less expensive. I am telling you, it would be hard pressed to find something that's more expensive. And actually, here's what they are. I'm going to tell you straight up right now. Here's the bad stuff about Arizona. All right. Number one is the heat. but you will see me complain. And you know what? I just go visit my family in July. I go, you know what? I can drive out, me and my dog, we get in the truck and we head out to Huntington Beach. We can go dog, in the beach. That's super fun. I can go to Mexico in only 4 hours. Yes, it's safe, but we have border crossing here to Rocky Point or Puerto Peñasco. I said that right. Or I could go head up north. I love hiking in the Pearson and Prescott areas. They have some amazing festivals, especially in Prescott. That was originally our state's capital way back in the early 1900s. So they still have this beautiful courthouse lawn. They have festivals, they have live music, they have rodeos. Did you guys know this is massive rodeo territory? So for anyone that loves country music, you are going to love it here. So my point is it's a short period of time. How do people live in Illinois or in the coal country? Or how about even just in the constant gray cloud, wet country for 8 or 9 months out of the year? I don't understand that. I would love to live outdoors for 10 months and then just figure out different things to do for 2. That's what it is. Okay. So the worst part of Arizona is the heat, and there's definitely workarounds. So that's the first thing. The second thing is expense wise, there's a couple things that are a little bit more, maybe. Car insurance tends to be just a tad bit more, not significant, but it was higher. I was quite surprised. Apparently, because we live close to the border. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But the other thing is you are going to spend a little bit more in utilities, but there's a workaround on that too. So we have 2 different power companies in the greater Phoenix area, actually 3 if you go to the north part of Pinal County. So we actually are like, when we say the greater Phoenix area, it has like 90% of it is in Maricopa County, but then in the northern part of Pinal County, you'll see a couple of cities and that has another electrical company. But let's just talk about Maricopa County, okay? We have 2 different power companies, unlike just one for the entire state. Are you guys super pissed at PG&E yet? Uh-huh. Anyways, we have 2, and both of them, wherever you live is where the company you're going to go with. But both of these companies have amazing rebate programs. They also teach classes on how to make your home more energy efficient. And they have water rebate programs. They have, like, you can get sunscreens. Sunscreens are the outdoor screens that you put on top of the entire window, and it will actually deflect, there we go, deflect the UV as well as the brightness of the sun, and that can translate into heat. So you can even have like all the sunlight go through if you like having a bright home, but none of the heat. So you can do that. You can also plant shade trees strategically in the right places that are going to block the heat in the late afternoon. You also can have, you're going to make sure that you have the right insulation. There's also different kinds of venting and fans. There's all kinds of things that you can do. The newer your home is, the more energy efficient. And that's another thing. So everyone has air conditioning units. If you live in a single, like under 2,000 square foot home, you have 1. If you have a larger single level, you're going to have 2 AC units. If you have a 2-story, even if it is only 2,000 square feet or under, 2 stories automatically have 2 units as well. And then there'll be different, SEER, SEER. So there'd be different SEERs that will have better energy efficiency ratings. So the bad thing is you might have higher utility bills, but the water is cheaper. So did you know that? Pretty much, I think it has a lot to do with the disposal of the used water. On all coastal states, it's more expensive. So you're saving in a little, spending a little bit more, but that's also why people that live here don't really, we all have air conditioning. And when someone's AC goes down, it is an emergency and everybody gets taken care of right away. All right. Here's my third thing, and then I'll stop complaining about Arizona because there's way too many great things. The water taste. I do have to say I was very blessed that I lived in Northern California, which has a high fluoride count, and I had great tasting tap water, and I also have great, I don't have fillings and cavities. Well, I didn't until I had kids. That's a getting old thing. But I didn't have my first cavity until after I had my first kid. Point is, there's good water in California. There really is. But what do you do around here? You can have an RO system, you can have a water filtration system, you can have bottled water brought in, you can have dug water brought in. There's all different types of things that you can do to work around it, right? All right. So overall, I just have to tell you, I love living in the greater Phoenix area, if for nothing else, just the quality of life. The people are so friendly here. The stress level is so much lower. People have more time to get things done. It's calmer, it's quieter. You can park up near the front door of Walgreens. There's not a bunch of people in line in front of you. And people are like, oh, you only got a couple? Here, I'll let you go in front of me. Occasionally, you'll find someone in the Dutch Brothers, you know, car line that you get up there and you go to pay for your coffee and they say, oh, the car in front of you paid for your coffee. I'm telling you, we are super, super community focused in the Southeast Valley. It's like everyone works together to help each other. And honestly, COVID's only made it even stronger. The community um, connection, and people are just happy. They're happier. There's so many things to do. And I just absolutely love it. And I love sharing my experiences with anyone that's even thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area. So, you know what you need to do? You need to pick up that phone right now. Give me a call, send me a text. Doesn't matter what time it is. I'm working days, nights, and weekends. Shoot me an email. Let's get you on the phone. Let's do a Zoom call. Let's get you out here and let me show you around and let me show you what I have learned to love. All right, guys, it's Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now Group, and I hope to see you here in Arizona super, super soon. And until then, please like and subscribe and share this with all your friends, and we hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.